So back when we were in JC, so you'll start to consider about what are the possible courses that you want to take in university. So I went to do my research and I found out that NTU actually offers sports science and management. So because I have been doing sports since secondary school, sports has been one of my interests to study lah. And because I'm a person who also like biology, so like anatomy, that kind of thing. So when you combine sports and anatomy, this is what SSM can actually give me. I can learn things that I like. So it is one of the major consideration which actually make me choose SSM. Yeah.
So I knew about SSM through my secondary school days. I was in a Singapore sports school, so a lot of my seniors were also in the program. Then I was deciding on what I want to do in my polytechnic days, so I decided to do a diploma in sports and leisure management. And also through that program, my lecturers also did tell me that SSM, there was a program in NTU, and and also as a sportsman myself, I also decided that maybe it's a good idea for me to immerse in the sports fraternity. Yeah.
I actually thought of doing things related to physio or rehab. So because I was also thinking of doing management lah, so I was like half-half. So which is why I didn't choose to like specialize in any of these areas and I came to SSM. So to me, if I really want to do physio or rehab, then going to year 3, I can choose to specialize in the science course. And even in the science course itself, right, you get to choose modules that are like more related in the area, like sports injury. So like you choose modules that fit what you want to do. And if next time you want to like go further your studies, you already have the basic knowledge. So it's easier for you to go for the further studies in that area. Then if I happen to want to continue in the management, I can just choose the management course in year 3 and choose things that I want to do related to that area. So I feel that SSM is very broad and you have a lot of flexibility in what you want to choose and what you want to study, which can like help you achieve what you want to do in the future very easily.
So some of my future goals or some of the future prospects that I look towards to is actually athlete management, marketing, and also events management. So SSM does provide all these three aspects, and to be even more specific, SSM is one of the few programs that actually offer events management as a module itself.
Okay, so I stay in hall, so in hall 1 lah. So then I also stay with 2 of my SSM friends, so we're all pretty good friends. So we'll just come to school together. We choose the same like course timings so that we'll come to school and attend courses together. So I feel that in SSM, because our cohort is very small, so within 1 year you actually get to know most of the people already. So when you go for the lecture, you're like hi, then you joke around. So the environment is actually very friendly. Like it's very different from a lot of other courses, I feel, because this one is like you really go for a class and you know everybody. Then same, we'll have lectures, we do have labs, and I find that the labs itself are actually quite engaging. You don't just do for the sake of doing. So for example, in our motor behavior course, we actually do hands-on, like you get to try juggling and you try to do darts, because so this you actually learn like what are your practice progression, so you can actually see for yourself and understand for yourself how your brain works like in terms of your like motor development. Then also we get to choose 3 sports that we learn. Yeah, so in these 3 sports you get to learn a bit more in depth about how to actually carry out that sports or like play that sports more properly. So I think it's okay if you guys do not know how to play sports, because we also do teach you how to play.
So as an SSM student, typically in a day you probably have lectures like for 2 hours, and then maybe a lab session for 1 hour. And it actually depends on how you plan your schedules, but there are also times where you can have a 3-hour seminar straight. But I think when you meet like-minded people, the day actually doesn't seem so long after all.
I think for this, for me, it's sports injury, because although a lot of people say that it is quite content heavy, I find that the professor itself teaching this is very engaging. So usually, because the module itself is 3 hours long, before that you feel, oh, very sian, oh, it's 3 hours. But the moment you enter the room, you actually don't feel like it's 3 hours at all, because every time he say you're just like receiving very valuable information. Then it's you hardly zone out because it is so interesting, and he teaches you in a very different way. Like, he doesn't just go through slide by slide and just read out from the slides. He really ensures that you understand what he is talking about, and he gives you concepts and stories, analogies, so that it is easier for you to relate regarding like your anatomy. And yeah, so we also have like one of the sessions that we had was the ultrasound, so you get to see like how your muscle, your bone, your joint works when you move in a certain way. So I thought these are all like very interesting techniques that he used. And furthermore, we also have the principal physiotherapist from like Ng Teng Fong to come and teach us. So yeah, like receiving even more like extra knowledge that you might not get from lecturers themselves. You have somebody who's really professional in that area to come and give you the knowledge on sports injuries.
So one of the most memorable modules that I've attended so far was the events and facilities management. So what was good about that course was that first of all, events, like I mentioned earlier, events management is not really offered as a module throughout NTU itself. And SSM also provided us with an opportunity to visit the Singapore Sports Hub, and through that opportunity we actually know how they run some of the facilities within the Sports Hub and how they manage the sponsors at the event venue itself.
Yeah, I think if you actually do consider joining the SSM program, first, do not be afraid to try. I know that in Singapore, the sports industry is still not very widespread yet, and people do not really know. But I feel that in uni, you should actually study something that you like, so that you enjoy your uni life, and you actually take in valuable information that you might want to use in the future. So regardless of whether you are a sportsman or not, as long as you are actually interested in sports, do come and give SSM a try.
So I understand that many are skeptical in the sports industry, but I think that's just purely a lack of information. And if you are really interested in the sports industry itself, I think you should consider the SSM program, because they'll provide you with all the knowledge and all the insights in the sports industry itself.